In the last tutorial, we took a look at the template hierarchy in WordPress. And this is a really crazy thing with all these sorts of files, each file doing its own job. And it can be a little bit difficult to want to go into a theme and start editing all these individual files for your particular website. But that's actually where the power of WordPress is. And there's something called child themes, which kind of helps you kind of get around some of the confusion of dealing with these. Child themes are a very easy way for you to hook into existing themes. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this child theme, and it even says this child theme requires the parent element WP Basics template hierarchy, and that's the file that I had there before. So what a child theme does is it hooks into the files that are here and allows you to use them for the output, but also gives you a clean slate for being able to do your own things with. So my child theme currently has nothing in it except for just my style sheet and a screenshot. If I look at my style sheet, we do have one major change here though, and that is we now have a item for what is the original template. And so this is really, really great. Now what I can start to do is start to add other things. H2, H3, color, red. And of course I can add all sorts of different things. Maybe article is going to have a background that's light gray. So of course we can go on. This is not a tutorial about CSS, but at least it will allow us to see if this actually works. So let's go ahead and use that as our current theme. Let's view our website and see what we get. You'll now see that I'm getting the same output as I got with my page before, but it's actually changing it based upon the CSS that I get. So it means that I can use all the back-end stuff of the child theme, but then add my own CSS to it, and I can even add my own styles. For example, maybe I don't like the way that the category news is done or something like that. It doesn't even really matter which page it is that I don't like. Maybe we'll do the front page. So I'm going to go to my child theme and I'm going to create a new front page for my website, and I'm going to come in here and I decide that I don't want these modules. I only want the content. So I'm going to save that, and what happens is, since this page, this new template file is in my new child theme, it will override the same file that exists in the parent theme, if that file exists. So let's take a look, and I come back to it, and you'll see that now my 3 modules are gone from the front page because my new template for my child theme doesn't have those modules. And if I go back to the original theme and I assign that template hierarchy as my theme, you'll see that I get back to my module positions. Of course, I've lost my CSS. But this is still a really powerful feature, and it's one of the things that I really do like about WordPress, the current version, is this ability to use child themes. And so that's why you're starting to see things like Genesis or thematic, other things that it gives you a really robust parent theme to work with, and then it gives you the flexibility to make it look and act pretty much the way that you want for your individual website, but gives you all that back-end power as well. And that really concludes the basics of templating. I do have one more tutorial that I'm going to be making shortly, and that's going to be on jQuery on the WP query loops and looking at the different ways that we can do loops. But that's for another tutorial. So let me know if you have any success with WordPress now in creating your own templates and themes, and thanks for listening.